You know, at one point, I'm gonna have to clean that shelf off back there. But today is not that day, since today is a recording day, kind of. You know, I kind of just record whenever I feel like it. Lately, it seems like the day before I want to put something up, I'm just saying, okay, I'm gonna finally sit down and record something while planes go overhead. I know you guys can hear that. Anyways, so yeah, today I am recording what is basically the 10-week update. 10 weeks of Ring Fit, 10 weeks of, you know, watching my eating habits and, you know, exercising and doing all that fun stuff, and just providing an update. Since the last time I talked about it, and you can click the eye up there to check out that video, was 5 weeks in. And I figured, you know, I got to do an update at some point just to track my progress. And if anybody, you know, is interested in checking in on me, I hope so. I like seeing you guys. It's fine, you know, stop on by. Then I can, you know, just give an update. And at 10 weeks, which I love the fact that it was 10 weeks on February 29th, which is a leap day, since 2020 is a leap year, and it's a Saturday no less, and it's the very end of that month. I thought, cool, what a good day to do that on. And things have been progressing okay. I am having some issues here and there with motivation. I figured that was going to happen. You know, I've been doing it 2.5 months. I found out, because I was wondering, I thought Ring Fit maybe only had like 8 or 9 worlds or whatever. It has 20. So that is 100% going to still take me a while to get through, which I say is good, considering 2.5 months. I'm now basically at the halfway point. So it may take me another 2.5 to 3 months to finish the game, which, you know, in RPG terms, that's pretty good. Actually, it's about right, considering how long they can be. You know, if you're playing an MMO, that's going to take you months and months to be able to finish all the content before you get to end game, and then finish that. And then obviously, this is not going to have the benefit of that, where they can continue to do updates, because I've never seen any patches come through, and I'm pretty sure they're not going to. So, anyways, at the halfway point, we're at 10 weeks. Motivation's a little bit of a factor, since there really hasn't been anything that's changed a whole lot about the game, other than new exercises and new abilities and whatnot. I don't like fighting as much as I used to, you know, doing battles, simply because I'm just kind of like, this is just getting in the way of things, because there's already gyms where you can do nothing but battle things, and you have boss battles, and you sometimes have mid-boss battles where that's all it is. Like, you run like basically 20 steps, you run into whoever you're supposed to fight, and then you go into the battle and you're doing nothing but exercises. So with that in mind, I've actually figured out I like running a lot more. And it also burns off more calories. Like, it's all running in place, so it's nothing spectacular, but I like it. I think it's relaxing. It's very relaxing. It's something I'd actually like to do if I had the proper running shoes and a place to go where I'm just, you know, can jog for 2 miles. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And doing it more, you know, is more of a cardio workout. It feels a lot better, and it burns more calories as a result. So there's a lot of times where I'm like, I don't want to fight anything. The game has given me an ability to double jump now, which is great, because if you time it properly, you run into all the enemies are going to show up as, you know, mobs. They're going to be kind of just like disembodied spirits for the most part until you get into the battle. Then you know what you're fighting. So if you time it properly, you can just see them on the field, double jump over them, and completely bypass the battle stuff, which is great. If I don't want to fight anything, I just want to go, yeah, no, this is going to take me, you know, 7 minutes to get through from point A to point B just from running. And there might be, you know, treadmills that are going to make it a little bit harder to progress. So I'm going to have to run in place a little bit faster. You know, I might have to do squats, or, you know, there's certain things. I'm gonna put my coffee down here. There's certain things that are required. Where's my, oh, hey, what do you know? I should probably hang on to this while I'm doing the rest of it. So there's certain other things that you can do where you take the ring con here. There's rowing. I think I may have mentioned that, probably not, but that requires you to do an abdominal press where you know, tighten up your abs and you press. I'm gonna do it on my chest. It's probably not the best thing, so I'm not gonna press it too tight, since I don't want to, you know, fuck up my sternum. but you basically press it into you and you do, side to side motions, kind of working out your core and working out your hip muscles, and you row through, a small body of water. There's also stuff where you put it over your head and you hold it out like this, and that will, you basically are on like a track for the most part, and you go up and down, but for the most part, you're kind of like hanging on to the handlebars as you go down a track and it takes you somewhere else. There's another one as well where it's side to side bends. It's the same idea, but you're not, pulling on the Joy-Con. You just have your arms up in the air and you're doing, left and right. So little things here and there that will get your heart rate going, and it's at least interesting enough and not battling. It's odd that was something I really liked in the beginning, and now I'm kind of like, I really don't want to do it as often because it just doesn't seem to have the same effect. Like, it's going to work my arms and work all the other places, and I want to have at least enough of it to where each session has a decent amount of it. But, I don't want to do it so often where it just gets boring and it seems to break up the running portion of it, which I start to like more and more as I do it. So anyways, long-winded stuff. 10 weeks, I have actually, because that was the point I was trying to get to the whole time. Thanks for sticking with me when I go off on tangents. The big thing for 10 weeks, starting from the, I think it was the 22nd of December and going up to the 29th of February, I am down to 161.8 pounds. My goal about the halfway point was I would like to hit 160 by the end of February. Just shy. A pound and a half, 1.8 pounds, that's going to take me another couple weeks. I have a feeling by the time I hit the 3-month mark, I'll hit that goal. I thought 150 would be something I could easily hit afterwards, but, the law of diminishing returns is kicking in. I lost over 8 pounds because, again, I put it in as 175 when I started. I'm still convinced I was a little bit heavier, but 175 seemed like, that made sense. So even if I wasn't much heavier than that, other than maybe a pound or two, it's still, 5 weeks, I lost over 8 pounds. And I figured, well, shit, I'll be able to hit 160, no sweat. Yeah, it doesn't really work that way, Part of it was, I still stress eat once in a while. But the weird thing is like I stress eat and then I don't go over my calorie limit. I might go over certain other things. I'll go over my sodium intake. I might get close to my, daily fat intake for like saturated fat and total fat. But for the most part, I don't really go over those except for sodium. That's 100% still a pain in the ass. And I might go over it a decent amount. I might be like, at the end of the day, it's like, oh, you went 35 milligrams over. I'm like, that, I probably burned some of that off, or sweat it out. Certainly on workout days, I'm like, I'm not worried about that. But, going over my calorie limit, I'd have to honestly go through the last 5 weeks and see if I legitimately went over that. So, but I think it gets harder. Certainly, as I've probably added muscle mass, certainly in my arms, my legs. I can see it in my legs. Like, I'm not going to show anybody because, I'm not losing anything in my waistline. I am having issues with my pants falling down and my shorts falling down if I wear those. I think part of that's just the belt. The belt's actually a little bit too big. I could use 1 or 2 extra notches in it to keep everything up. That would 100% help. And that's, I tried using a screwdriver on it, and getting through leather is surprisingly difficult. So I would need to either heat it up or do something else. And I'm like, I'll just either deal with it or if I get slightly smaller pants, I'm at a size 34 with what I wear now. I could probably go to a 32, with no problems. But the problem is going to be the belt's still going to be too big, and at that point, it's not going to do any work. It's just going to be on me, and that's it. And having my phone, like the phone is kind of heavy. So 160 is doable. 150 is, I think, doable as well. It's just going to take a lot longer. And I wonder if something like that is going to require a lot more changes, bigger changes, because I really haven't made a ton of changes in what I do other than, you know, watching things and watching intake, you know, and maybe eating a few more things that are good for me. But, you know, it hasn't been major stuff. I think if I want to make more weight loss my goal, then or even if I want to decide, okay, I'm just going to start really, you know, building up muscle mass and definition, that's probably not going to happen. My ass is poor. So I'm just gonna, maybe I'll get definition by, you know, starvation. That's not good. That's a joke, but who knows? Where was I going with this? Yes. 155 probably would be a better goal to shoot for, at least for like a midterm thing. And then you go, okay, if we can hit 155, then maybe 150 in the future is something else. Because yeah, you know, the waistline, I haven't seemed to lose anything there because it's not a whole lot. I still have a spare tire, you know, around my gut. But even that sometimes, like if I do enough core exercises, that doesn't seem noticeable. But if like it's an off day like today, it seems like, wow, it hasn't gone away. What the hell? Yeah, I feel good about what I've done, and I feel good about it. I don't feel as good as I probably should. You know, that's a problem with me where I don't celebrate personal victories very well. I look at it as, okay, you did the thing, and congratulations, now what? You know, it's not a case of take a moment to bask in in the glory of, you know, accomplishing something. It's you've done it, it's now over. What are you going to do now? What's the next thing? What's next on the docket? Because if you don't have anything else to work towards, then who gives a shit about what you just did? You know, that's in the past. That doesn't matter. And that's not a healthy outlook whatsoever. It's like, I need to look at it as, if I started out at potentially, you know, over 175, let's just say I started out at 177 pounds and I wasn't 175, and I'm at, you know, under 162 now. If I was that weight, I've lost 15 pounds in 2.5 months. But even if it was 175, if it was, hey, yeah, you started out at 175 and you're now down to 161.8, you know, I've still lost 13.2 pounds in 10 weeks, which is crazy, you know. And to me, it was minor difficulties here and there, but it really wasn't super difficult, you know, and I did it, and I should celebrate that. Not by going out and having a big meal. I've had a few, but, you know, at the same time, that's an accomplishment, and I need to pat myself on the back and celebrate that and appreciate it and look at myself and go, you know what? You know, you can't look at this as an opportunity as only an opportunity, I should say, about what you're are going to do next. This is an opportunity for me to look at, okay, yeah, what are you going to do next? But at the same time, holy shit, you did this thing, and it's really good, and you did it for yourself, and you didn't do it, you had people motivating you, but you didn't do it for anybody else but me, and I don't do enough shit just for me that is at least, you know, positive. But yeah, hopefully when I hit 160, maybe I can do a really short follow-up video and say, okay, yeah, we hit it at this particular point, we're good to go. And then, you know, another 5 weeks after that, we can, or, you know, maybe 20 weeks, we can look at it and go, okay, where am I standing at from that point, and go from there. Because I don't have any reason to stop doing this right now. I really don't. It's been a really positive thing for me, and I need to take a hold of that and keep it and really appreciate it, and really appreciate that I can, because not everybody can. They have their own issues, or they have disabilities or anything like that where, you know, fitness is difficult for them. So I'm very fortunate I can do it. In any case, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you've been doing stuff on your own like this, or you know anybody, you know, give them some encouragement. But if you've been doing it yourself, share your results down below. I know a few people that have, but I need to record another video, so we'll stop it here finally. So you guys have a good day. Thank you very much again for watching, and we'll see you all next time.